Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Laubach for GoLeopards.com. I'm sitting with one of the co-captains of the Lafayette basketball team as we focus on men's basketball, and that is Myles Cherry. And Myles, as probably everybody knows, is from Australia, and you're going to know that in a second as soon as I get him to answer a question. Myles, I cannot envision 4 years ago somebody saying, I'm going to go to Easton, Pennsylvania from Australia to play 4 years of basketball. You made that decision 4 years ago. Obviously, I have to assume it was the right decision. But how difficult was it to play so far from home?
Yeah, initially I thought when the first winter came in, this was no way I was going to be able to handle it. Seeing as though the first time I saw snow was the year prior to me coming here, I was like, these winters are just not for me. But at the end of the day, you get used to it. I think coming here to Easton was one of the best things I've ever done with my life, especially moving away from Australia where university sports, particularly basketball, isn't as big of like a bigger deal as it is here. I think if you're not playing rugby in collegiate sports, then Australia's not the place for you. But yeah, no, I'm really happy I made the decision to come here. The amount of relationships I've formed since I've been here, just the people, the whole experience has been really enjoyable for me. So yeah, I really love it.
I guess the next obvious question, 4 years ago, how did Coach OHanlon find you, or how did you find him?
So for me, going to Choate Rosemary Hall, doing my prep year there, that was a big factor into doing that. Obviously, Coach Drew Dawson, who used to coach here at Lafayette, was the head coach at Choate at the time. And I met him through a mutual connection that I had at home, which was one of my head coaches who actually went to UNH with Coach Dawson. Okay. So that's how I kind of made that link, and then progressed there. And then Coach O found me in Wallingford, Connecticut, and now I'm here. So yeah.
And there was Dan Trist, who's somebody you could really have a conversation with.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I spoke to Dan a couple of times before coming here, just talking about about Coach, about the expectations that he would have for me as an Aussie, and I think that definitely helped kind of like blaze the trail for me. Having Dan and having Nate here before me, knowing that I wasn't going to be a fish out of water, that they'd had an Aussie here before, so that was definitely a big help.
How about now the 4 years of development? How difficult has your development been? I mean, it's a tough game, college basketball, and big guys that play in the Patriot League normally need a lot of development, and you certainly have developed tremendously since you came on campus.
Yeah, so I just think first and foremost, just having a beginner's mindset, just knowing that you're not going to be perfect in anything, you're not going to master anything, but just being able to attack every single day. And I've tried to adopt that that trait ever since I've been here, just continuing to learn from Coach, the assistant coaches, the rest of my team, just taking their advice on board and just running with it. But I think the biggest thing too, what I noticed was the physicality which Australian basketballers play with helped me translate to here a lot easier. Most of the time back home you're playing against older guys where there's competition, so you might be playing against a 24-year-old and you're only 17, so something like that really helped prepare me for the physical side of college basketball. But I wasn't exposed to the same level of like athletes or individual playmakers here as to what I was at home. So
I don't think we've ever come into a season either without having your experience as a big, Sean Good, who's 6'10", Dylan Hastings 6'8", and Neil Quinn at 7 feet and 265 pounds or so. So we're actually, and I don't think I've said this a long time, I've been doing Lafayette basketball for a long time, we actually are quite big.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. As I said to you and John before, playing against somebody like Neil every single day is an absolute challenge. And I don't know, I can't even explain it to you. That's a big guy right there. Trying to move him around off the block it's a task for sure. But I think having such an array of different bigs that we have this year is going to be very beneficial for us. I think that we all bring something different to the table, whether doing with a bit more length and shot blocking ability. Same with Sean. Whereas Neil has more of that size, so he can be a bit more of a presence inside. And then me, my role just been trying to teach those guys and keep helping them to lift their game every day. So yeah.
Sounds like you like the role of being a captain, and you've taken that role on.
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoy the teaching process a lot, and it also helps consolidate like what's going on with Coach in my memory too. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Since I don't always get much of a chance to chat with you, what are your future expectations?
Future expectations, I think for me, in this year, just winning more games. We talked about with Coach, just want to make the most of it. But for me, after Lafayette, this is going to be a big 9 months for me in figuring out, what country I want to live in first and foremost, and just where I'll be. I'm not too sure. Talked about Coach maybe following the same pathway as Eric Staffen, going to play in Ireland or England somewhere. So maybe that's on the cards. We'll see. Just got to figure things out.
Well, let's figure it out for this season for sure. This is a guy whose name I'll be calling a great deal during this season. Thanks to Myles Cherry for stopping by on GoLeopards.com.